I'd like to join the boys in a song salute to a man who, well, I know you're all feeling what I'm trying to say. We certainly salute you, Mr. Williams. Sun goes down, work's all done, evening's here at last. Moon comes up behind the hills I love, and I'm riding home. He's riding home. See that lonesome cowboy riding down that lonesome trail. Bright shadows swaying to the tune of his lonesome wail. Well, he's riding home. He's riding home. Bed down, doggies, rest a while. I'll be back tomorrow morn and take you down to where the water's cool. But now I'm riding home. Riding home. See that lonesome cowboy riding down that lonesome trail. Light shadows sway to the tune of his lonesome wail. Well, he's riding home. He's riding home. Riding home. Blue are the skies, blue are the sighs of a night wind falling. Blue prairie, blue are the hills, blue are the trills of a night bird calling. Every beating heart beats a rhythm that is blue, and the moon has cast a blue reflection in the dew. So the wind, while on its way, seems to cry and sigh and say, blue. Blue prairie, blue echoes ring, blue as I sing of a longing blue as you. Every beating heart beats a rhythm that is blue, and the moon has cast a blue reflection in the dew. So the wind, while on its way, seems to cry and sigh and say, blue. Blue echoes ring, sing of a longing, blue as you.
Uh-oh. What's that ambling up the path and with his finger all bandaged up, too? It's Dink Swink from down at the crossroads. Well, howdy, Dink.
Howdy, Fred.
I'm Lloyd.
I don't care.
Well, I know you don't, but tell me, Dink, how in the world did you hurt your finger? Did somebody slam a door on it?
No, Fred. I went to work and done it myself.
Oh?
Yeah. Just mashed my finger black and blue with a claw hammer.
Well, you sound like you almost did it deliberately.
I did.
Oh?
You know something?
No, what?
It sure did take my mind off my toothache.
I imagine it would. Say, Dink, didn't I see you and Pappy Tim running across the pasture yesterday along about sundown?
Yeah, that was me, all right. But that wasn't Pappy Tim with me.
Oh?
No, it was my cousin Ortho from Springfield, Colorado.
Oh, well, what were you running for? Afraid you'd get home too late for supper?
No, I have to run to keep up with Ortho.
Oh, I see.
He's kind of odd, you know.
Yeah.
Keeps thinking he's a racehorse.
That's too bad.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad, except the rest of the family keeps betting him to win.
No!
Best he's ever done was show.
Well, the best thing you can do is to keep him away from the racetrack, don't you think?
Yeah, I reckon you're right. At least till he gets his mind set on being something else. Last year, he thought he was a grand piano, you know.
Oh.
Kept running around trying to get himself tuned. Well, I gotta fetch myself back to Crossroads and give Ortho his oats. Farewell.
So long, Well, fellas, I think if we hurry a little bit, I believe we'll have time to tell the folks a little bit about a happy roving cowboy.
Hear my song as I ride along, I'm just a happy roving cowboy, herding the dark clouds out of the sky, keeping the heavens blue.
I ain't got a wife to bother my life. I'm just a happy roving cowboy. Let me make my bed where the varmints prowl beneath the sky of blue.
Hear my song as I ride along, I'm just a happy roving cowboy, herding the dark clouds out of the sky, keeping the heavens blue. Happy roving cowboy, herding the dark clouds out of the sky, keeping the heavens blue.
Yes, Betty. What are you looking so shocked about?
Well, driving up from the schoolhouse, I had my car radio on, and I heard Tommy talking, didn't I?
Tommy talking? Were you talking, Tommy?
Well, it sounded like you.
Well, it's probably all my fault, Miss Betty.
Tommy, did you say that?
Well, no, Betty. I can see how you'd be confused because when Bob Nolan decided to retire from the Sons of the Pioneers, we looked all over the country to try to find someone that sounded a little bit like him. It wasn't easy, but we found a man who really stepped in and filled a big pair of boots in our organization, and that man is your boyfriend, Tommy Doss.
Oh, you mean Mrs. Bob Nolan?
Yes, I'm Bob Nolan, Betty, and it's nice to know you.
Bob Nolan. Gee, you know, you sound just like Tommy, don't you?
Uh-huh.
And you wrote Cool Water?
Oh, he sure did.
And didn't he write...
Yeah.
And then he wrote...
Oh, no, he didn't. That's the one I wrote myself, and it's called Free on You.
Shug, hold it, Shug. We're convinced that that's one Bob Nolan did not write.
And am I glad?
Professional jealousy. That's what it is, professional jealousy.
Gee, Mr. Nolan, I think you've done some wonderful things. You know, to me, you're just sort of the Stephen Foster of the 20th century. And you've endeared yourself to millions of Americans through your great songs of the West. I just think you're... Isn't he wonderful, Tommy?
Well, I don't know, Betty. Bob's written some great songs. He's a wonderful guy, and this is sort of Bob Nolan day on the ranch here, but I don't like to see you go overboard and sort of leave me out in the cold. As a matter of fact, I'm completely chagrined at your attitude. Do you know that you've hurt my feelings terribly?
Uh-huh.
Oh, holy smoke. Did you hear that? He's a-talking. He's flipped his little lid. He's blown his cork. Next thing you know, he'll be in politics.
Gee, Tommy, you're wonderful. But your voice sounds so much like Bob's, it's really surprising.
Well, you just ought to hear them sing together, Betty.
Gosh, I'd love to. Will you, Bob and Tommy, sing something together?
Uh-huh.
There'll be a hillbilly wedding in June. For me, the bells can't be ringing too soon. The preacher man will be there with a maiden so fair at that hillbilly wedding in June. As we walk down the aisle, they'll play, I promise you. Then my ma and my pa walk up and say good luck to you. We'll be so happy beneath the mountain moon at that hillbilly wedding in June.
Bob?
A hillbilly wedding in June.
Tommy?
For me, the bells can't be ringing too soon.
Bob?
The preacher man will be there with the maiden so fair
Tommy?
at that hillbilly wedding in June.
Bob?
As we walk down the aisle, they'll play, I promise you.
Bob?
Then my ma and my pa
Tommy?
walk up and say good luck to you.
All
We'll be
together
so
now.
happy beneath the mountain moon at that hillbilly wedding in June.
Do you take this gal for to be your wife?
To love and cherish all the rest of your life,
Through storm and strife forevermore?
I'll take the gal.
You will?
Why, sure.
hillbilly wedding in June. We'll have a farmhouse our own pretty soon. And boy, I'll soon educate all the roosters to wait with their cock-a-doodle-doo until June. As we walk down the aisle, they'll play, I promise you. Then my ma and my pa walk up and say good luck to you. We'll be so happy beneath the mountain moon at that hillbilly wedding in June.
Have you noticed the unusual title Stan puts to his music?
Yeah, Lloyd, but
I figured it to be just a vivid imagination.
Well, that's true, but almost all of them are based on Stan's personal observations.
No fooling. Well, I know one song which was based purely on imagination. It's just got to be.
Which one's that, George?
That beautiful ballad, My Gal is Purple. Now, look, Stan, no gal's purple.
You're wrong. This gal was.
Stan, you're going to have to explain that one.
All right. My Gal is Purple was written about a half Indian and half Spanish girl who lived down in Arizona near the border. She was a beautiful girl and very much in love with a fellow who was, pretty much of a playboy. So every night she'd get all dressed up and sit on a rise of a hill near her home, waiting for her lover to return. And as the last rays of the sun would caress her from a distance, she would look purple. I used to see her sitting there waiting so patiently, and it made me think of these lyrics. My gal is purple in the twilight haze, when soft shadows wander in the sundown blaze. Her lips like the cherries o'er her head, and her eyes like the feathers from a raven shed.
My gal is purple in the twilight haze, when soft shadows wander in the sundown blaze. Her lips like the cherries o'er her head, her eyes like the feathers from a raven shed.
Wait, I know she will. I can see her still, with longing in her eyes when day is done. But I'll be far away to stay, with one I love the same as she loves me.
My gal is purple, waiting there, and I know deep inside me she is fairest of the fair. So if my longing wrings my heart and tears get in my eyes, I'll hurry back again to her